Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari. Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana, Yashoda Nandana Vrajajana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanatari, Yamuna Tira Vanatari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe, Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Bolo. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Jai Gaura Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajagacharya Ashtottara Sata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Srila Prabhupada Anuga Ki Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Nittai Gaura Premanande. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We're reading today from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 18, text 72. If you have the Bhagavad Gita with you on your phones, chapter 18, text 72. Kachide chat shrutam partha tvayekagrena chetasa Kachit Ajnana Sammoha Pranashtaste Dhananjaya. Please repeat. Kachit Etat Shrutam Partha Tvayekagrena Chetasa Kachit Ajnana Sammoha Pranashtaste Dhananjaya. Kaschide Tatshrutam Partha Tvayekagrena Chetasa Kachit Ajnana Sammoha Pranashtaste Dhananjaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki. O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? Please repeat after me. O son of Pritha, O conqueror of wealth, have you heard this with an attentive mind? And are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? Purport: the Lord was acting as the spiritual master of Arjuna. Therefore, it was his duty to inquire from Arjuna whether he understood the whole Bhagavad Gita in its proper perspective. If not, the Lord was ready to re-explain any point or the whole Bhagavad Gita if so required. Actually, anyone who hears Bhagavad Gita from a bona fide spiritual master like Krishna or his representative will find that all his ignorance is dispelled. Bhagavad Gita is not an ordinary book written by a poet or fiction writer. It is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Any person fortunate enough to hear these teachings from Krishna or from his bona fide spiritual representative is sure to become a liberated person and get out of the darkness of ignorance. Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Rama Ram Hare Hare. Welcome to everybody. We are fortunate and Srila Prabhupada. We are happy to have all of you here on this pleasant Sunday evening. This is a shloka that is a question asked by Krishna to Arjuna after speaking the Bhagavad Gita. Kachit etam shrutam partha. Shrutam, did you hear it properly? Tvayek agrena chetasa, with great attention and focus. Have you heard? And have you heard it with an attentive mind? Are your illusions ajnana sammoha? Jnana, ajnana, ignorance, sammoha, bewilderment. Has all that gone? He's confirming. It is like the teacher asking, have you understood? Have you understood? This is what I should be talking to you every day. Every week when you come after the Bhagavad Gita, Kwaschideta Chitam Bhata, Tvayekagrena Chit. Do you understand it? Are you going to get up and go and have prasadam and leave without understanding? Or do you understand it? We want to confirm. A genuine, true teacher who wants to actually educate his student will answer all the questions of the student, will be willing to explain more and more to the student, and will also inquire of him, have you understood? We'll ask this. It's very personal. Teaching is a personal thing between the teacher and the student. You see, in those days, education was not charged. Education is free. Something like education you can never charge. Just something like the mother can never charge the child for looking after you. Is it possible that you have the mother gives a bill finally to the child for so many days of washing back whenever you pass stool on my sari, for so many days of taking you to the school, for so many days of cooking for you and you not eating and spitting on me, for the so many days of you kicking me and doing all this? These are the charges. So stupid it will look. Similarly, no genuine teacher wants to share knowledge and uplift the student will ever want anything from the student, but only the satisfaction that you have understood. That is my charge. I'm happy. I've conveyed this information successfully and it has been digested by the student. That is the greatest pleasure for a genuine teacher. Dronacharya was very pleased with Arjuna. Kaschideta chutam partha tvayekagrena chetasa. He could see Arjuna was picking up like nothing. He was his favorite student. Very favorite. Although his son Ashwatthama was also studying with him, still Arjuna was favorite. Why? Because of his enthusiasm to learn. He kept asking questions. How is this? How is that? Why is it like this? Why is it like that? Oh, now I understand. And then he'll go and perform it like that. Again and again. He's willing to take any lessons, any challenge, because he wants to learn. Enthusiasm to learn. A teacher enthusiastic to teach and a student enthusiastic to learn. It's a brilliant combination. That's what you see here in the Bhagavad Gita. Both of them, Arjuna and Krishna, are very eager. One to do teaching and the other to learn. You see, that's why Dronacharya told, give Arjuna prasadam in the night, food in the night without light. I want to teach him something. So Arjuna is wondering, why am I being asked to eat without any light? Candle, lamp all off, you eat. He is very sharply thinking while eating. And while eating, he understood that I don't need light for eating, because the hand finds its way to the mouth and the mouth knows how to eat it. Wow, I don't need a light. Similarly, I don't need light. I can see in the dark and shoot. It must be possible. That's why he has told me to do this. And he practiced that. Just like the hand can go to the mouth naturally and find its way, he said, my arrow can find its target also by sound, by a certain instinct, something extra sensory he understood. And he learned that also. So in this way, an active student, a active teacher is very rare in this world. Most of the things we are used to in education institutions is, Rana padra, Rana poda. I am getting my salary. Why the hell should I bother about you? I have no connection with you. I teach. You, if you want, you study, you pass the exams, you do anything you want. I do my job and I go. No connection between the student and the teacher at all. In fact, this is a mass teaching program because you have to make money. The education institution needs to make money. Everything is impersonal. That's why education never happens. That's why education never happens. Learning never happens. Albert Einstein said, the only thing standing between my learning and my understanding is my education. Because of my education, it's not happening. My learning is not happening because of my education. So, here is an example of a wonderful teacher and a student. One who hears attentively, applies his mind, will understand the Bhagavad Gita by the mercy of the Lord who is situated in everybody's heart. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hridesha arjunati mayaya. And he is directing the most powerful source of all knowledge. You see, so learning is occurring in many ways. Krishna is also helping you from within the heart. Especially if you want to know about him, understand. In the end, Krishna is also asked, before the shloka, he has asked, Iti te jnanam akyatam gukyat gukyatra maya vimrishye tatya seshena yati chasi tata kuru. What's the meaning of that? I have given you knowledge. Iti te jnanam akyatam. For every question you have asked me, and for what you didn't ask me also, I have spoken very important information. Guhyat guhyatra maya. Secret of all secrets I have spoken to you. Now, vimrishyetatya seshena. Think about it. Try to understand it. Then you must act. Yati chasi tata kuru. Go and act. All this is a part of knowledge. First information, gyan. Then vimrishya. What is the meaning of this? How do I understand this? You deliberate on it. And then you become ready. Now I understand. Then you act on it. You put it to action, put it to practice. You'll get vijnana. You'll get realized knowledge also on it. So in this way, you'll get complete understanding. Krishna asked Arjuna to do this. Now go and fight. Based on what all I told you, you go and fight, shoot Bhishma. This is your practice now. You learned about renunciation, you learned about knowledge, you learned about yoga, you learned about work, you learned about bhakti, you learned about that, everything you learned, all these questions. Now go act with detachment. Fight the war. He did it. He understood and he went and did it. You see, one who actually hears carefully, attentively, then applies it in life, will actually realize it in his daily life. This is true. It happens. It works. See, a sadhu, a very famous sadhu, came to a village. He was very famous for answering all people's worries, problems, questions, everything. So in one of the houses there in that village, one of the persons there was hurrying to go and see the sadhu. And he had a parrot in a cage. The parrot was a talking parrot. It also wanted some freedom here, always inside the cage. So the parrot said, "Where are you going? In such a great hurry." You said, "There is a great sadhu who answers all problems and solves everybody's questions. I cannot come. He won't allow me to go." You said, "Yeah, what is it?" He asked, "When is the time for my moksha? Please ask him." The parrot asked this person to ask, which question that he may not ask, "When is the time for my moksha and liberation?" There's a interesting twist to it. So in a hurry, he said, "Okay, I'll ask him now." He locked the cage, everything, left. He went there, and in the queue, everybody was asking. He also went there. "I have a parrot in my house. Parrot has a question." I said, "What?" The sadhu said, "You don't have a question?" "No, I want to ask the parrot question first. The parrot, my pet parrot, wants to know when he will be liberated." So he asked, "Where is the parrot?" "Parrot is inside a cage I have kept locked. He wants to know when he will get liberated." So the sadhu smiled a little bit. Ah! Suddenly he fell down. The sadhu fell down, fainted. "Oh, what question did you ask here?" The sadhu fainted. Everybody was shouting out. He said, "I just asked a question when the parrot will get liberated." Sadhu fainted. Big commotion. And he ran off to to the house. Yeah, what question he asked? So the parrot asked, did he tell you? Did he tell you? I said, "Because of you, yeah. I asked a question, no? When the parrot will get liberated?" Immediately he fainted. As soon as he said that, the parrot also fainted inside the cage. So he was so worried. Now what? He opened the cage quickly. "My dear parrot," he took over. What? Parrot flew off. Tata bye bye. He went back to the sadhu because sadhu has now got back. He said, "What is the meaning of this?" He said, "You don't understand something. Your parrot has understood." As soon as I gave a message to the parrot, as soon as you told him, he understood. He should also do the same thing. He did it. You opened the cage, he left it. He asked the question is when I'll get liberated. No, I fell down. He got the message, but you don't understand the message. You don't understand the message of the Bhagavad Gita that is spoken. Repeatedly I speak to you. You come and ask me again and again the same question. When I will get liberated? You don't ask these questions. Right? So pertinent question. What is life about? Who am I? What am I doing here? Who has tied me up in this cage? Why should I be here? Why should I be inside this body? Why do I die? Why do I be born again? What is karma? These are all the questions asked in Bhagavad Gita. And Krishna is asking, Tvaika grena chetasa. Now you're ready to get liberated. You have understood it. You act according to what I've said, you are escaped from this material clutches of matter. That is why we are hearing. That is why Arjuna has understood. If you have understood, you're ready to get out. Now you must act. If you act, as soon as you act, you'll get realized and you get out. That is what is the meaning of human life. Human life is meant for us to understand who are we, why are we here, what's the business of life, what should I do in life. Don't think that simply by doing your duties, simply by doing this, that, everything, you have led a very good life. You have to ask questions. Atato Brahma Jignasa. The first aphorism in the Vedanta Sutra says, since you have become a human being, Brahma Jignasa, inquire about Brahman, the truth. Who are you? How to achieve the truth? What is the reality in this world? All these things you must know before you die. That is real education. Not that if you go to the school, to the college, get some degree and get some certificate, you become educated. You become uneducated actually. The more you study here, the more you get all these things. And the more you don't study the Bhagavad Gita, Vidyamscha avidyamscha yastad vedo vayum saha. There are two things, Vidya and Avidya, in this world. If you culture yourself in the so-called education, you will only get Avidya, opposite of real knowledge. Matter, knowledge about matter alone, without knowledge of spirit and the Supreme Spirit Krishna, it will not help you. Now we are being taught only one polarized aspect of knowledge, matter. That's why it's very dangerous to study matter alone. Because if you study matter alone the way it is being taught, you will not learn matter also properly. Unless you back it up with spiritual knowledge, unless you back it up with knowledge of what Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita, you will not even understand material knowledge properly. It's impossible to understand. It's impossible to understand. That's why they're doing research and trying to find out this, find out that, find out this, find out that. They have not understood. Even today, some technology is there, not science. Science is understanding the truth. But today it is all technology. Technology means quickly making some device, that, this, and everything, and progressing your material life and making it exciting with so many techie stuff. It's exciting, but it doesn't help you to understand the reality and the truth of life. Science, which is what Bhagavad Gita is speaking about, the science of life, the physics of life. Who are you? How this works? This body, how does it work? How does the mind? How does the intelligence? How does the soul within the body interact with all these things? How do you interact with the world outside? What is the world outside made of? What is it that you get in your head as illusion? How do the modes act? It's a whole science to it. You must understand that science. Then you will get liberated like the parrot. You will understand immediately. What that saint has done was understood by the parrot. He just fell down and immediately fainted. And this fellow, ooh, he opened the door. My parrot gone. Not gone, he left. He really left. Tata bye bye. I get liberated. So in the same way, you will also get liberated from this illusion of material life, which we think is real. The biggest illusion is we think the illusion is reality. We're going to die. Everybody is going to die. Anybody here who doesn't die, please raise your hand. I'd like to meet you. Nobody. After all that you do, everything that you do, poof, you'll be dead. It's a reality. So why do all these things? It's an intelligent question. In the end, I'm going to die anyway. Why do it? So these questions are answered in the Bhagavad Gita. And you must read the Bhagavad Gita every day. Vaikagrina Chetasa. Have you understood today's lesson? Yes? Raise your hand if you have understood. Ah, very good. Then you must chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the instruction of Krishna. Kirtaniya Sada Hari. You chant Hare Krishna and read Bhagavad Gita, you'll understand more and more and more. Thank you. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anyone have any doubts or questions? You can ask Maharaj. Any questions, please? Sir, in last you have told one shloka, जिसमें आपने बताया कि विद्या शिवा अविद्या, तो अभी मैं ढूंढ रहा था उसको।
वो भगवद गीता में नहीं, वो ईसोपनिषद में, ईसावास्य उपनिषद।
इसका मतलब क्या है?
इसका मतलब है कि दो तरफ की एजुकेशन होती है, विद्या। एक तो अविद्या है, माने जो हम सोचते हैं वो विद्या है, वो असली में विद्या नहीं। जो आत्मविद्या होती है वो असली में विद्या है। उसके वास्ते से आपको भौतिक संसार का विद्या, भौतिक वस्तु का विद्या, जो जड़ विद्या होते हैं वो भी जान लेते हैं, और स्पिरिट आध्यात्मिक विद्या भी जान लेते हैं। जो आध्यात्मिक विद्या जानता है उसको वो जड़ विद्या का जड़ विद्या और आसानी से मिलता है। जो सिर्फ जड़ विद्या सीखता है उसको आसानी से जड़ विद्या भी नहीं मालूम होता है, क्योंकि उसका अधिष्ठान है आत्मविद्या।
तो अध्यात्म विद्या पाने का सबसे अच्छा तरीका क्या है?
अध्यात्म विद्या पाने का आपको गुरु ढूंढने का है, जो सच्ची में गुरु है। जो भगवद गीता में बोलते हैं भगवान कि आप ऐसी एक तत्वदर्शी को ढूंढ के लेने का है जो पारंपरिक में आता है, उनसे ढूंढने का है और उनसे पूछने का है, उनसे जान लेने का है कि आत्मविद्या क्या है।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
हरे कृष्ण। हरे हरे। Translate sub everything in Tamil. I'm sorry, in English at least.
Anybody have any questions? Actually, Guruji, he was speaking something about Vidya and Avidya. I was searching that sloka in Mahabharata, but it was not found. I thought I should get it clarified. Then what there are two, the education, we should say education is one Vidya and one Avidya. And both are necessary. And the person who knows both of these things, he qualifies for. Am I correct, sir?
Well, go ahead.
Because what I understood, I am telling you, people, the person who has been able to learn both the Vidya and means the education, he has got the education, means Vidya and Avidya, qualifies for this Adhyatma. And for Adhyatma, we need one.
Well, you've added a little bit things, but what I said, I'll quote another shloka to you. Andham tamaha pravishyanti ye avidyam upasate. One who cultivates avidya, he will go down to andham tama pravishyanti. Don't cultivate that type of avidya. When you understand Atma, spirit, and spiritual knowledge as given in Bhagavad Gita, you will automatically easily understand material knowledge also, knowledge of matter. But the way education teaches, they don't teach anything about God, they don't teach anything about spirit, they only teach about raw matter. So they don't get to understand fully matter also. Because to understand matter, you must understand spirit. To understand spirit, you must understand God. All these are connected. That is the science of the Gita. Okay? So if you understand only matter, andam dhamma pravishanti, you will enter dark regions of hellish life, as mentioned. So those who have knowledge of both, they are having knowledge on the basis of the fact that their foundation is spiritual knowledge. Matter rests on top of spirit. The foundation for everything is spiritual understanding. On top of that rests material. Material knowledge is constantly in flux, keeps moving. But spirit is a constant. Just like you are a changeless constant. You never die. Najayate mriyate va kadachan nahanyate hanyamane sharire. When this sharira is destroyed, you continue to live. There is no death for the soul. So you are a constant, but the matter around you keeps in flux, birth, death, everything. In the same way, if you have spiritual understanding, the material understanding is much easier because it rests on spirit. That's my point. Okay? Right. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
You know,
கொடுத்துருங்க லேப்டாப் குணநிதி தாஸ் ஓம் தத்சத்மே இல்லை அவங்க
सुभद्रा श्री माता जी
சுபத்ரஸ்ரீ ஓ பெருசாக இருக்குதாங்க
இந்த நிகழ்ச்சி வந்து ஏமாங்கி ரதம் வந்து ரொம்ப அருமையா பல பக்தர்கள் இந்த சேவை இருக்காங்க. அவங்களை மரியாதை செய்யும் விதமாக இந்த சான்றிதழ் ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா. அடுத்ததாக ஒரு முக்கியமான அறிவிப்பு. நான் வருடம் திருக்கோவிலிருந்து சீதாதேவி பாண்டிகாட்டி மகோத்சவம் வருடம் நாங்கள் செலிபிரேட் வரோம். இந்த வருடம் வருகின்ற ஞாயிற்றுக்கிழமை 28ஆம் தேதி நமது டிஸ்கவுண்ட் கோவில் சார்பாக இந்த பாண்டிகாட்டி மகோத்சவம் நாம் கொண்டாட இருக்கிறோம். நான் சமைத்த 2 விஷயங்கள். ஒன்று, நம்ம கடந்த வாரம் முழுக்க நம்ம குரூப்ல நம்ம பல விதமான குரூப்ல இந்த நம்ம கொடுத்துருக்கோம். ரொம்ப பேர் வந்து அந்த லிங்க்ல வந்து ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிக்கிறாங்க பேர். ரொம்ப பேர் அதுல வந்து தெரியாம கூட இருக்கலாம். இன்னைக்கு அனௌன்ஸ் பண்றது நாளைக்கு வந்து கடைசி நாள். நாளைக்கு கண்டிப்பா நாளைக்கு வந்து பேர் போட்டிருந்தாங்கன்னா எவ்வளவு பேர் இருக்காங்க இதெல்லாம் அரேஞ்ச் பண்ணுவேன். அதனால தெரியாதவங்களுக்கு நீங்க தெரியப்படுத்துறோம். நீங்க டைரக்ட் காவிரி நதிக்கரையில கொண்டாட போறோம் ஈரோடு அருகில. அதனால வந்து இதுல சுமார் 300-400 பக்தர்கள் பங்கேற்க உள்ளார்கள். நீங்க ஒரு சுற்றுலா அவர்கள் திருமணம் செய்யப்பட்டு வரும்பொழுது நாம் சேர்ந்து
முட்டாய் இல்லைங்களா லட்டு பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
குறிப்பாக பதிவு செய்ய மட்டும்தான் காலையில் வந்து நம்ம வரணும் கேட்டீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப செய்யலாம்.
ஒரு ரூமில் இருக்கார், ஜாம் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கார். மைக் வாசி.
இங்கே தயவுசெய்து முன்வருமாறு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறோம். முதன்முறையாக நம்ம திருக்கோவிலுக்கு வந்துள்ள பக்தர்கள் யாராவது இருந்தால் தயவுசெய்து முன்வருமாறு. நம்ம திருக்கோவிலுக்கு ஜெயலட்சுமி அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு பக்தர் முதன்முறையாக முதன்முறையாக திருக்கோவிலுக்கு வந்துள்ள பக்தர்கள் யாராவது இருந்தால் முன்வருமாறு காண்கிறேன். ஓகே, புதிதாக வந்துள்ள ஜெயலட்சுமி நமக்காக ஒரு வரி நான் ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா கிருஷ்ணா ஹரே ஹரே கிருஷ்ணா ஹரே 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 ராம ஹரே ராம ஹரே ராம ஹரே ராம 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 ஹரே ஹரே. நீங்க ஜஸ்ட் நீங்க பதிவு பண்றதுக்கு யாரும் கையை
எங்கே போவீங்க எல்லாரும்? 2 மணி நேரம் உங்களை எல்லாம் அவதி தேடிட்டு இருக்கிறாங்க.
Okay, thank you. Next,
ஸ்பான்சரு சொல்லியாச்சா? அவங்க வந்துருக்காங்களா? வந்துருக்காங்க, பஸ்ஸில் கூப்பிட்டு கொடுத்துருக்கேன்.